Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, is often a figure that draws both public and media attention, not only because of his royal status but also due to his progressive views and lifestyle that resonate well with his followers. His recent visits and activities often spark curiosity, especially when they relate to personal relationships. In this essay, we will examine a hypothetical scenario where Sheikh Hamdan visits someone due to his girlfriend, analyzing the social, cultural, and personal implications of such an event. Firstly, it is essential to understand the cultural backdrop of the United Arab Emirates, where sheikdoms like Dubai uphold both traditional values and modern practices. The social dynamics in this part of the world emphasize respect, family connections, and public image. Despite being a figure of authority, the Crown Prince is also seen as a man of the people, earning admiration through his relatable demeanor and open attitude. Thus, if Sheikh Hamdan were to visit someone due to his girlfriend, it would likely challenge some societal norms and provoke discussions about evolving perceptions of relationships in the region. The nature of this visit would inevitably stir interest in the girlfriend's identity, background, and the relationship dynamic between her and Sheikh Hamdan. Given that Sheikh Hamdan has a large follower base, especially among young Emiratis, any venture into his personal life can hold significant societal implications. If the girlfriend were not from a traditional royal background, her presence could symbolize a modern approach to love and relationships, possibly promoting themes of equality and acceptance in love regardless of social standing. Furthermore, Sheikh Hamdan's visit can serve as a platform to promote various progressive viewpoints. It could highlight the importance of love and companionship in leadership roles and how such personal aspects can influence a ruler's ability to relate to his people. The visit would be an opportunity for Sheikh Hamdan to reinforce the idea that even the most public figures have private lives and emotional needs. This notion can help bridge the gap between the monarchy and ordinary citizens, making the royal family seem more approachable and relatable. On the other hand, it is crucial to consider how traditional expectations may conflict with modern ideals. Sheikh Hamdan is often regarded as a role model for young people, and his relationship choices could create a ripple effect throughout society. The expectations placed upon a figure of such stature are immense, as many would envision a princely figure engaging in marital practices steeped in tradition. A visit and relationship that seem to defy those traditions might provoke criticism from conservative factions within society, who may see it as a departure from established norms. The visit could also trigger dialogue about the role of women in Emirati society. Depending on her actions and presence, the girlfriend could either support the status quo or challenge it. A progressive character who demonstrates independence and strength can alter perceptions and inspire young women in the UAE, enhancing their ambition and aspirations. Sheikh Hamdan's support for such a figure would likely offer validation to women pursuing dreams beyond conventional roles, emphasizing self-empowerment and agency. Moreover, one significant aspect of Sheikh Hamdan's life is his strong inclination towards philanthropy and community engagement. If his visit to her was intertwined with charitable initiatives or community events, it could show that his personal life isn't isolated from his public responsibilities. Engaging with his girlfriend in charity activities can demonstrate the values of compassion and social responsibility, showcasing how personal relationships can incentivize positive change in the world around them. This potential visit also reflects on modern day. The union of two individuals in marriage is often one of the most significant milestones in their lives. It is a celebration that brings together families, cultures, and traditions. The decision to marry is not solely a personal choice, it often requires the approval and support of one's family, particularly that of one's parents. In my case, the acceptance of my marriage request by my father holds profound importance, not just for me, but for our entire family. His support symbolizes a rite of passage, an affirmation of our values, and a step toward building a future filled with love and commitment. The journey toward my father's acceptance of my marriage request was a path paved with discussions, respect, and emotional nuances. Having grown up in a family where traditional values and mutual respect were paramount, I understood that approaching my father about this significant life choice would require careful consideration. My father, a man of strong principles and wisdom, had always emphasized the importance of making informed decisions when it came to relationships. Therefore, I knew that if I were to seek his blessing, I must be prepared to engage in an honest and open conversation. I began the conversation by sharing my feelings about my partner, who I had been dating for several years. My father listened intently as I described not only my love for my partner but also the qualities that made them an excellent choice for a lifelong companion. I spoke of shared values, aspirations, and the vision we had for our future together. It was crucial to convey that this decision was not made in haste. Rather, it was a culmination of experiences, compatibility, and mutual respect. Through this dialogue, I aimed to bridge the gap between tradition and modernity, showcasing that my choice was rooted in deep consideration. However, it was essential to address my father's concerns regarding the future. He had witnessed many relationships falter and understood the challenges that marriage can bring. He expressed his apprehensions about the commitments and responsibilities that come with such a union. We talked extensively about the importance of communication, compromise, and partnership in a successful marriage. By acknowledging his concerns, I aimed to build a foundation of trust that would allow him to feel comfortable with my decision. As our conversation progressed, I could sense my father's demeanor shifting. The initial apprehension began to dissolve, and he started to engage in a more profound discussion about love, commitment, and the essence of family. He began to share stories from his own life, recounting the challenges and triumphs he faced in his marriage. Those stories illuminated the idea that while the journey of marriage might not always be smooth, it is the willingness to navigate through challenges together that strengthens the bond. His words resonated deeply with me, as they highlighted the beauty of shared experiences, love, and resilience. After several discussions, my father finally expressed his acceptance of my marriage request. In that moment, a wave of emotions washed over me. His acceptance was not merely a green light for my marriage, it represented his trust in my judgment and understanding of my capacity to build a life with my partner. Our conversation solidified the bond between us, as he reminded me that he would always support my choices as long as I approached life with integrity, love, and commitment. This acceptance, however, was not the end of our dialogue. Rather, it was the beginning of a new phase in our relationship. My father took an active interest in the wedding planning process, which was both surprising and heartwarming. We collaborated on various aspects of the celebration, from selecting venues to inviting extended family and friends. This collaborative effort infused the planning with love, laughter, and a shared sense of joy, strengthening our familial. Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai, is known for his down-to-earth and approachable nature. One of the ways in which he demonstrates this is by shaking hands with people he meets during his public appearances. This simple gesture may seem minor to some, but it carries great significance in the culture of the Middle